In the state of Bihar, where some 60% of women are illiterate, we visit a group of female reporters who set out to expose the poor conditions many of them grew up in. APPAN TV reports on the day-to-day problems of India's poor, who mostly suffer far from the public eye.
Concentrating on the scene, Khushbu adjusts her camera. Last time there was trouble because her pictures were fuzzy. She takes her time, focusing and checking the sound. Anita is always nervous before doing stand-ups. Just a few corrections and she's ready to go.
I'm standing in the village of Parni Chapra. Today, the APPAN TV team are focusing on this village and its problems. We want our report to make people aware of the concerns and needs of this rural community.
The crew members divide the labor among themselves. Reporter Anita takes the villagers aside. She can speak the local dialect, so she gains their trust and they tell her about their problems. Khushbu is responsible for shooting the footage. She knows just what these humble dwellings look like inside. With her handheld camera, she peeks into the huts and films the women as they work. Her equipment isn't just basic, it's also old. So she checks the tape immediately in case she has to reshoot anything.
I really want this film to turn out well because I come from a village like this one. It's like a trip into the past. We were poor too, but I was lucky. My father sent me to school. I learned to read and write. Then APPAN TV shot a film in our village and let me join in.
The batteries in Khushbu's camera are running low, but she can't recharge them in Parni Chapra. There's no electricity. And that's the whole problem here. The power grid runs past this village, but Parni Chapra was never connected to it. The authorities just left the villagers behind. That's why Rita Pashwan still cooks over an open fire. Many of these simple huts have burnt down because flames have set the flour alight. Just a few weeks ago, one of the family's neighbors died in a fire. Rita and her husband were tired of pleading with the authorities and turned to APPAN TV. Now Khushbu is trying to present Rita in the proper light. She explains to her that she has to explain what the problem is and why she should look into the camera while she does. She won't look, but she still explains the villagers' problems.
We're poor people. We have no dreams. Only rich people can afford dreams. But if we had electricity, our lives would be easier. Cooking would be simpler and safer. And above all, we wouldn't have to sit and eat in the dark anymore.
A cluster of onlookers surrounds the crew at every take. Ashwani Raj watches Khushbu's work especially attentively and never leaves her side.
I'm seeing this for the first time today. It's fun to watch. I'd like to try it sometime.
The daily editorial conference takes place in the open air. And for Ashwani Raj, a dream has come true. She's been given a trial internship.
That's how I started too. When the women were shooting in our village, I stood next to them, admiring them. Then they put me on the back of a bicycle and took me with them. I went on a few shoots and applied for an internship. And as you can see, I got one.
But it can be hard going for 18-year-old Khushbu as well. Rinku Kumari is a strict senior producer and not at all pleased with Khushbu's pictures. She says they're shaky and blurred and adds that the sound is bad as well. She says the young camerawoman has talent but doesn't yet have the composure needed for some situations and that she still has a lot to learn. Rinku is the heart and soul of APPAN TV. Sometimes she can be a bit tough, but she believes in the young girls. An experienced journalist, she gave up a well-paid job at a private TV station to do this.
I remember very well how the first films looked. They were unwatchable. Now the reports are better and most of the pictures are good. More than anything, we get close to people. They trust us and we can do something to improve their lives.
3 days after the broadcast, the entire village is excited. Suddenly, employees from the Energy Authority have come by unannounced, bringing fuse boxes, cables, and electrical outlets. The villagers are astonished that it's happened so quickly. Rambabu Paswan is holding his adapter set in his hands. From now on, the family won't have to eat in the dark. Pami Chapra is in the mood to celebrate. Not only is there electricity, there's open-air television. The whole village has come to see APPAN TV's report. It's the first time most of the villagers have ever watched TV. Khushbu, Anita, and the crew are relaxed. They've done their job well. The shaky pictures have turned into an excellent film. And they're quite proud to have made the world a bit better with their little television station.
Making the